following podcast is a Jill Divine Media production.
We're just normal kids learning about God's big story.
Welcome to Normal Goes a Long Way.
For kids!
Hi, families. I'm Miss April.
And I'm Miss Hannah.
Welcome back to Normal Goes a Long Way for Kids, where we've been talking about God's big story. I am so excited.
Ooh, what are you excited for?
The podcast is starting up again. We took a summer break, but now we can't wait to get back to telling kids stories from the Bible.
Hooray! I'm excited too. Hey, what's been your favorite part of the podcast so far?
Well, I love talking about these stories from the Bible because knowing these stories helps us know God better. What about you, Hannah?
I think my favorite part is hearing from you, the kids, and the families who are listening. You guys are listening together, you're connecting to God's big story, you're practicing talking about your faith together. It's so wonderful. Way to go, families.
We've heard some really interesting and crazy stories in the Bible. We've learned on the podcast how these stories all work together and they all point to Jesus.
And speaking of Jesus, that's who we get to talk about in our next episodes. You see, some of the Bible was written before Jesus was born, and we call that the Old Testament. That's the first part of the Bible. And these are the stories that we've already got to tell you on the podcast. And some of the stories in the Bible were written after Jesus was born. We call that the New Testament, and those are the stories we're diving into next.
I can't wait to learn more about Jesus because he changes everything. Not only for people in Bible times, but for us too, you and me right now.
Jesus does change everything for us, and we love hearing about how he's making a difference in your life and in the life of your family. And so one thing to keep listening for in our future episodes is our question. We always ask a question, and we invite you to send in a voice memo. And guys, it really makes our day when you send in a voice memo. So please do that when you hear us ask a question. Talk about it with your family, send it in so we can feature you on an episode, and that encourages other families to do the same. And now, we end every episode with something really important. We don't think you can hear it enough times. So kids, God loves you with a great big love.